Not a single child under the age of 12 is yet eligible to get vaccinated. That means the majority of school-age children cannot and have not been vaccinated. They have no choice in the matter. They are at the mercy of the choices of adults. And those choices must be responsible. Strangely, there's this maddening debate, even playing out at raucous school board meetings across the country over whether children should have to wear masks in schools. Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis turning it into a political issue, picking a fight with the Biden administration.
You have this obsession that a little 5-year-old, should not be able to go to school without wearing that mask for 8 hours a day. And just as a parent, I'm offended that the federal government thinks that they know better than we do as parents.
The federal government simply trying to protect children going back to school this fall. You remember schools, those places. They're the ones that in many cases were shuttered for the better part of an entire year. Yet some of those adults argue that because masks don't provide a 100% guarantee against infection, mask mandates are political theater. But I ask you, when it comes to our children's safety, where else would we require a 100% guarantee before taking precautions to keep them safe? Car seats don't provide 100% protection against injury in the event of a crash. Is it political theater to require those? How about seatbelts? Is that about making a political statement? Helmets don't provide 100% protection against head injury. Political strategy then, too? All of these measures are directed with an eye towards protecting children from the behavior or risk of others. Not risk guarantees, mind you, but risk mitigation. And yet, in an unprecedented global pandemic that's claimed the lives of more than 600,000 Americans alone, with record hospitalizations of children with COVID, this is the time we require 100% guarantees before we take precautions? And it's not just about getting children back into the classroom for the sake of learning or even for perhaps parental reprieve. It's also about what school means. It means breakfast and lunch to hungry children. It means mandatory reporters who can detect abuse and get a child to safety. It means mental health support. It means support for those with disabilities. It means social and mental development. When schools closed, it cut off lifelines for some of our most vulnerable, the same ones who are at the mercy of us, adults with a choice to make. Is it really still up for debate? COVID cases are spiking in many states, including Texas, and that state's Republican Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is falsely implying that it's black people's fault.
The COVID is spreading, particularly most of the numbers are with the unvaccinated, and the Democrats like to blame Republicans on that. Well, the biggest group in most states are African Americans who have not been vaccinated. The last time I checked, over 90% of them vote for Democrats in their major cities and major counties.
Let's set the record straight. I want to bring in Dr. Cedric Dark, Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. Dr. Dark, welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you here because let me read this from our CNN fact check, okay? It says, facts first, just on raw numbers, black people at about 13% of the total population are not the biggest group of unvaccinated people either in Texas or across the U.S. An analysis by the Kaiser Family Foundation found that white adults account for the largest share of unvaccinated adults. So the Lieutenant Governor is wrong, but what's your reaction?
Well, first reaction is don't blame black people for your failure to implement mitigation mechanisms like masking and, vaccinating in the people who you employ. As you said, there are 3.7 million unvaccinated white people in Texas, which is vastly more than black people in Texas that are unvaccinated, 5.6 million versus 1.9 million. Now, last time I checked, I'm a minority still in the population, and there may be some half truths that we're told in terms of percentages of people vaccinated when you divide that by race. 40% of white people in Texas are vaccinated, only 29% of black people in Texas. But as you said, this is a numbers game. The more people you have, the more people that are unvaccinated, the more likely we are to spread this virus.
And you've been talking along with other doctors in Texas since really day one about vaccine hesitancy and also about misinformation. And what were you hearing from those folks about these issues?
Well, I mean, you really speak to that point. What black men and black women in medicine did from the beginning of this pandemic, from day one, is reach out to our communities so that we could get past the vaccine hesitancy that we knew was going to be there because of systemic injustices due to things like the Tuskegee experiment. We were the ones that were out there showing our arms and our Band-Aids from getting vaccinated early on because we wanted to set an example for our communities. And I am happy to say that anytime I get an opportunity to talk to somebody else about getting vaccinated, to go through whatever questions they have, I'm going to take that time to do so. I did so for people at my church. I did so the other day. A group of friends of mine, we were out eating at a restaurant. We were all vaccinated. Our waiter leaned over us with no mask on. We asked him, "Are you vaccinated?" He said no. And, I gave him my information so I could talk to him about why he's not vaccinated, what his issues were, because I could try to get that one kid vaccinated. I can help to end this pandemic one person at a time. But people that have power, people that really have power, need to stop putting politics into public health. I don't bring politics and put it in the exam room. They need to stop putting politics into public health and let public health and medicine do our jobs.
Well said. Dr. Dark, thank you so much for your time. I hope you also gave that waiter a tip, in addition to the tip that you gave him about vaccination. We'll be right back.